From time immemorial, marriages were mostly for economic and political reasons. This still goes on in some places today, but so much has changed over the years. And you find out in our society today that 78% of girls and 83% of boys have been on a date before their 16th birthday. Wow, that's alarming. So today we're here to find out, when should you start dating? Hello, I'm May, and with me here is
Chima,
and lady over there,
Nonso,
and you're watching Catholic Faith Forum. Today we're discussing a very important topic because people have asked questions on this for years, and you hear people say things like, I'm seeing someone, this is my friend, that's my person, or I'm looking, and people get it mixed up. So the question here is, when should you start dating, and what does dating really mean?
We actually have to understand that concept because it's misconstrued a lot. Dating is several things, but for one, it is not marriage.
I know it's not friendship, it's not courtship. Like, courtship is like more serious than dating. Dating is like freer than...
Dating has an expiry date.
Like a short span.
Short span.
Okay, so dating either leads in a breakup or in marriage.
Like, most people go into dating because they know that they won't go so far. So they just, okay, at this point we're going to stop. Point is going to end. You don't see a future together. Most
I know a lot of people that know social advantages. He has a car, or he can take me to place. It's really
some dating
funny.
girl because okay, she's beautiful. Yeah, I love her. She's good for outing. She's perfect for me, and that's just they don't have any future plans or anything. You don't see a reason why you should want to build yourself with this lady, and you just want because of his appearance. His Samsung installed. Everybody will like him if I introduce him to them, and he just did them like that.
That's really funny. This is actually not an African concept.
So.
In those days when a girl is ripe for marriage, you just see someone come on the door and knock, and start with a beautiful flower in your garden.
You're even going too far those days. Even now, most parents don't even want to hear you're dating your daughters or their sons. They're like, you're so young, you're so small. My dad still sees me as very small, very little, and all that. So they just see it as something that is Western, like Western culture, not our own culture.
No, this is actually a Western culture. In the early 1900s, a man will come to the girl's house and meet her parents and tell them he wants to date her. And then the parents take the name of the man. If she wants to see him, she will come and see him in front of her parents. They're under their roof. Everything they do is under their roof until she decides, okay, this is the only place to see her. Then that's called keeping company. And then just that one man is with her, comes to see her. And everybody knows that's the man she's going to be with. And it's so serious because they know that person she's going to. It's not just some random, you come and you just hang out. And the parents watch everything.
And if it was really this formal, because from what you just said now, and from what all the story, everything you've said from history, what exactly changed?
The invention of the automobile.
Okay.
A guy has a car, he just comes, he drives up to the girl's house, takes her to ShopRite, takes her to Mr. These things now. And then things became
I don't have a car.
Go and buy one.
I think it's mostly technology. Like,
yes.
The world evolves, like things are moving, things are changing at a very fast pace. Like before pam, you see this thing. It's just moving, it's not staying there. So I think because of that idea of calling and courtship then has so much changed that even not even teenagers, 13 years old, they'll tell you, I have a boyfriend. Even you watch some American movies, they're like 10-year-olds. Oh, he's my boy. I like him, I love him. He talked to me. I'm like, you're too young. My mom wouldn't even let me talk about those kinds of things because you say, okay, we're African, so the man has to see like a flower in the compound and wants to come and pluck you, like that, all those kind of things. So I think it's just technology and then it's a Western idea. So to us Africans, it's just like so new, so different. It's not our thing. Sometimes it doesn't even fit. Try to do those kind of things. So
yeah, I think we're going about it all wrong. We need to find out what Christian dating is. We'll talk about that after this break.
Catholic Faith Forum on TV.
Welcome back. Before we went on the break, we were talking about what dating is and what dating is not. And we stated that dating is not courtship, it's not friendship, it's not marriage. But a lot of people still meeting up. So we're talking here about Christian dating. And I noticed a lot of Christians frown on dating because it is tied to, by most people tied to premarital sex. They assume that once you're dating, you have to have sex. And that is frowned against because nobody wants their child to be having sex with some man that's probably never going to marry her, or you know, it's all mixed up.
Dating is actually in the sense that it's one that is forgiving. The couple that quarrel because of toothpaste.
Are you serious?
I didn't like the way he pressed the toothpaste upward, forward, and then the forward, and then that's why they fought. And some actually separate because okay, he's too dirty. She's too dirty. He eats like a pig. I don't like it and all that. So
this is a funny story. It was trending sometime on the internet when about a man who left his kitchen for almost 2 weeks without doing anything to it.
Oh my God.
And then the wife came back from her because she traveled. And then came back and met maggots in the sink. Everywhere was smelling. Things like this actually lead to breakups in a lot of dating.
I think I was reading about one, and then the man said when his son's wife-to-be comes to the house, he'll make sure he packs all his dirty clothes, and if she does not wash it, his son will not marry her.
Really?
I'm like, are you looking for a wife? You know, it's just very
laundry person.
Yeah. So Christian dating is more like it's forgiving.
Okay.
You don't judge people and then say, okay, I'm not gonna be with you. You should forgive the person actually, because one thing that the Christian doctrine or the Catholic teaches us is forgiveness. God loves us. That's like only Son to come die for us so we can be redeemed of our sins. And that's why we need to forgive our partner or whomever we're with in a relationship.
Okay, so don't just cut the person off because person did
like
something
that.
wrong. Instead, teach the person and get the person to do better.
Yeah, exactly.
If we keep doing it, we'll just keep on creating a lot of animosity amongst people, because if I'm breaking up with this person because he's dirty, I'm going to meet someone else who might not be as dirty, might be dirtier,
Exactly.
And then we'll keep cutting people off, and before you know it, there is a long chain
Instead of teaching to do better.
of exes. It's
yeah, you just see one very long train. Dated this. And some people even lose count of whom they've dated.
Let me tell you something very funny. So people actually take pride in how many they dated.
I think guys do that more.
I have like 20 exes.
what do you mean?
Guys do that more.
Yes,
Calm
they
down.
do.
Guys do that more. They just like they feel very proud. 10 girls.
That girl, do you know her?
That
Yes.
girl there. I'm like,
I'm
why
lost
do you
here.
take
How
so
do you-
cheap?
have this discussion? Okay.
Guys take pride in relationships, dating. Like if they dated like 10 girls, oh God, you're a man, strong man. Wow. But a girl, if they dated, oh, you're useless. You're a stupid girl, all kind of thing. And
Well,
I think it's just
Let
like
me see
that.
you defend yourself.
you people have flawed me anyway, but what?
So let me ask
what
you.
is- okay.
You're about to date a guy. Would you ask her, okay, how many guys have you dated? Why
No,
you
no,
asking?
that's too extra now.
Guys,
I
Guys,
like you, I
guys
like
ask
you,
that
I'm
question
coming
all
to
the
date
time.
you.
And I
What's
feel
the
like
Guys,
it's not
ask
like not normal.
not normal. I don't think it's normal. From a personal experience, if I want to date someone, I might become a priest. If I want to date someone, I can't go and be asking about your exes.
But you would care anyway.
I would care,
Because
but
if she
not,
receives
it
the call
shouldn't
and
be a criteria for me and you to go into a relationship. How many exes do you have? What's my business?
Some people really care. They want to know.
Yep. They want the girl that has just one.
And
Okay.
it's not going to be like that if she's saying, I will forgive you, and if she leaves and like that. So Christian dating is forgiveness. And the second one is Christian dating is trying, in the sense that you don't just date that person alone. You involve other people, like
So it's an
people
all-round
around you, your family, your friends. And people say, okay, there's something called bad belly, or this the coins and sand in my Gary and all that. But still, you need to involve someone, talk to this person about this person you're dating. I need to know, okay, I'm dating this guy. What kind of things does he like? You need to ask his friends. You need to meet people around. You don't just, oh, let me just date him alone, or carry my cross and that's all. No.
This bad belly thing that you actually quite important, or important, is it the word? It can cause a lot of trouble. I don't know whether you guys are seeing it from the angle I'm seeing it. Because if I am dating you, the trying thing, I'm dating you, and then I have to involve me. Me is giving me information about you because I want to have a perfect relationship with you. Don't you think it can cause
I think
some animosity?
I think in that sense, you should know your friends. You should know the people you tell your relationship.
Yes.
Oh, one thing I know is, you know those that don't like you. You know within yourself. It's just if you choose to lie to yourself.
People, like,
That's a lie.
You know,
I
you
don't
need to
believe
actually
it.
involve other people. You cannot be an island. If not, he has killed you in the house. I'll come check on your flight
Nobody
because
will
people
know.
don't mix with anybody.
Like you're going out, nobody where you're going to. You ask where you're going to. Oh, I just want to go get something outside. Or you're all dressed up, made up, and you want to get something outside,
Or you put
just like
whatever
that.
you
So
want to wear
you
in
need
your
to
bag.
know people around. You need to involve people in your relationship so that it can help people advise you. Because if you tell older people, they actually have been there before,
Experience.
so they know.
They have a
Just
wealth
so
of
they know, so they will
experience.
tell you advice. Okay, instead of just letting yourself out, why don't you just be calm a bit?
What about if these experiences are stemming from negative encounters with people who the older people have dated, and because of their fear of their young one making that same mistake again, they start giving them information and saying stuff that is necessarily
You
not
take
true.
every advice you get with a pinch of
Exactly.
salt. You know what you sieve out.
But advice.
My
You
mom
cannot
always
take
tells me there's something about the goats that has so many. Keep calling them one by one. Okay, you. How many times will something happen to you before you stop doing it? I was like, okay, well, it's happened to me very well. The other one wants it very well. That's what I won't even let it happen to me. I'll have to hear it.
Best.
It's until you hear from
Let me-
somebody.
I must not
I need
experience
to
it.
know. So it doesn't have to. What you're saying now, it has to happen to you. You don't want to listen to people outside. That's what you're trying to tell me. But you need to hear from people outside. You need to hear
Yes.
what May has to say about this guy I brought to her to say this is my boyfriend, or what the girl you brought. You understand? You need to
And your family
know all
needs
those
to
things.
know who you're with. Because I don't
Exactly.
see why people will say, okay, no, my family members know. Unless you have something to hide. Though. 'Cause I know a lot of guys have things to hide. And when you say, oh, can you come and meet me in my house? They're like, no. That's as in,
Exactly.
just run away.
I know girls now. They be like, I don't want to date a guy that has so many sisters. Why are you afraid of girls? And that's one. Like very honest
you
with you.
people
Like,
should ask
But you know
yourself
girls
this
really don't
question.
like girls.
that's like.
Yes, it's a
That's
valid
like,
question.
something
Why,
that is-
why is it so? Why?
I
Why is
don't
it
know,
so?
especially when the guy is like last born. Why did I date the guy?
Okay,
It's the
let's
last
not
born and they-
digress
so
too far.
many.
Let's
Oh
just
my
go to
God.
courtship. You know, you said dating is confused with courtship. You
Yes,
know that.
true, true.
But what is courtship?
Courtship is something that leads to marriage.
Something.
Definitely, yeah. See, I use the term something because whatever the person and his partner or her partner are going into, it is something which should lead to marriage. Why are you laughing? Courtship is actually
When you
a thing.
said thing, like thing.
Yes, it is a thing because whatever the man and the woman, the girl and the boy are doing, they don't know it yet. But when it becomes courtship, that thing is leading to marriage. Understand? So whatever you do, when people say they are dating, they shouldn't misconstrue it with courtship. I said it earlier at the beginning of the show that it has an expiry date,
Yes,
yes?
Yes, yes.
And that dating should lead to breakup, or it leads to breakup, and it should also lead to marriages. Before it leads to marriages, it becomes that thing which I called courtship.
Okay.
Understand? That is where it now has a clear-cut path towards marriage, because courtship should help us in better understanding our partners, knowing what they like, knowing who they are with,
Okay.
knowing what they do,
Okay.
knowing them, not see finish out, but that's another topic. Yeah, that's what
So in
courtship
other
is.
words, you mean from dating you graduate to
Yeah.
courtship.
Courtship,
Then
and
you graduate
then it
from
becomes
there.
marriage.
Marriage.
Okay, you said something about the Trinity, like basing your relationship on the Trinity. So can you shed more light on that, please?
But yeah, I said dating is triune. It said that the Trinity is like three persons in one God. They're distinct persons, and they're not to be confused with each other because they're actually different persons, just operating in one God, and they don't confuse their relationship and all that. So I think dating is in that sense, in the sense that it involves more than one person. It's not just you and that person. It has to be other people involved, like I said earlier, like bringing people into your relationship and all that.
Okay.
So it's not just you and your boyfriend or
We
your boyfriend
really
and
need to
girlfriend.
talk about this bringing people into relationships.
Forget that thing.
Yeah.
I also think dating is incarnate.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the way that, okay, the person is the image and likeness of God.
exactly.
Yes.
So you have to treat that person like the image and likeness of God. You know, feed his spirit, feed his body. You have to.
Yeah, like if you cater for the physical needs,
Yeah.
spiritual needs of the person, it says that
Yeah, it's
okay, if I'm
important. You
dating
need to
you,
pray.
I
You
should
need to pray.
grow spiritually,
Yes,
and also physically. People should say, okay, yeah, they're actually dating, like it's good. Yeah. Like, I don't mean that okay, he has to lavish you so much money, but some things should change about you. Like your emotion. Some girls are very, very fragile emotionally. So when they start dating, if they meet the right guy, you actually help her mature. Like she gets mature, knows how to handle things and all that. So that's the kind of growth we're looking for in dating, in relationships. And so it's just like your physical, your emotional, your intellectual. In fact, I should learn something from you if I'm dating you. It shouldn't be me feeding you all the time with ideas. Also, you should tell me things as well so I can learn from you.
Yeah, build your social skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Know how to interact with other people, interact with one another, learn more about each other. When you're dating a person, don't just we're dating. It's not just a name. You need to the person.
And some people are very, very shy actually. But when they start dating, you actually mix and then you learn how to talk to people outside. You see some people they're dating, the guy is so wow everywhere, but the guy is just like he doesn't know how to talk to people. So when they just go out, you just see the guy chatting with everybody, talking, but the guy just like, okay, she just that phone.
Yeah, I think this is why a lot of people have different views on dating, because they are about not about. But I've heard in several circles, people think that dating is a waste of time.
Oh yeah.
People think it is a waste of time. Okay. Why that notion is, I do not know. But people think it is a waste of time because, and from our discussion, I can see that it's probably because a lot of people do not grow. They go into dating without a clear-cut understanding of what they want to
way. Like they don't.
Yeah, they just remain the same way. I also learned from another circle. I've been in a lot of circles, trust me.
Good, that's good.
One of these days we'll talk about it. I also learned, and dating is trivial. It's just come on, let's have fun, let's do something, let's play.
They don't attach any real importance.
No real importance. So it being a waste of time, while people see it as a way to catch fun. Okay, I want to go out. Let me call me. Let me call also. And before you know, you come outing bodies and then you tell people we are dating. So people think it is that. Yeah,
they will end in sight.
No
just,
end in
let's
sight.
Just be going. Let's see as it goes, and we'll just keep going and going and going. And who knows? It might end in a heartbreak. Maybe one person will get attached, and then I will say, I'll say, okay, Chima has been taking me out a couple of times. He's my boyfriend, and to Chima, we just went to see a movie. Maybe we went to see a movie twice, and that's all. I mean, he's my boyfriend, though. We're getting married, and then at the end of the day, when he tells me that, it's not so he wants to marry, heartbreak.
And this issue actually it leads to something that's really, really, really important. I think I have to be in my gege mood for this because I have to talk to a lot of people now.
All right.
Now, there's this issue called rape. There is this issue called rape.
Not a funny thing.
From a trivial outing, the attachment thing could come up. And then there could be, or it could lead to a guy wanting to have his way with the girl. Not saying that girls don't have the tendency to rape, but statistically it's like 90 to 10%.
True.
And it's really insignificant, but it shouldn't be taken with a pinch of salt anyway. Rape is rape. So the thing is, the fact that this date rape exists because people do not know what they are going into, it has to really stop. So whenever we're going into dating, this is why we should consider Christian dating as really important, so that we can be able to know that when we are dating, we are going into this relationship with a view to build ourselves and with a view to get closer through that person to God. Rape should not be a topic for discussion. It does not make any sense.
Okay, we'll talk about this and more after this break.
Catholic Faith Forum on TV.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about date rape, and it's greatly frowned upon. The church frowns upon it because we don't see why anybody should be violated in that way. No, Catholics don't see it that way. So, what's the church stand on relationships actually?
Okay, the church sees relationship as a two-way thing.
Okay,
do you understand? It's not just one way. So it should help the other person and help yourself as well.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm giving you, you're giving me, I'm taking, you're taking. So it's like,
it should be mutually beneficial.
It should be mutually beneficial, exactly. So that's how the church sees it. It doesn't see, you see some people dating today and then they're not even, it's just all for the guy or all for the girl, and they're not even doing anything for themselves. So they are at a greater loss than their partner. So the church sees that as something that help oneself and also the other person. And if if the relationship leads to premarital sex and then a child comes out of it, one thing that's very common is that, okay, the guy says, hey, when last did I see you? Or when last did we it's not mine, or something like that. And some people even wait till the birth of the child to even say, okay, that's my child, because of the resemblance and all. So the church is just saying that, okay, if it comes to that point, there should be no negligence or neglect. It should be, you should own up, like take care of this person. It talks about love, especially, like if you can love this person naturally, the way God wants you to love, like the love that Jesus talks about in the Bible, in the gospel, when he says love your neighbor as yourself. Because if you love your neighbor as yourself, you won't neglect that person or say, okay, because you're carrying a child, oh God, carry the result, just walking. Do you understand? So it's like helping this person and also helping yourself. That's how the church sees the relationship.
One thing we should actually look at, or one thing we shouldn't neglect, is abortion. Because like she said, it could happen. And
the church frowns at it.
The church frowns at it. We should not even consider it as an option, because it is creating the sanctity of human life. If you abort a child, the minute the child is conceived in the womb, it becomes a person. Abortion is tantamount to murder. It's like taking a knife and stabbing someone who is already physically present before you. The only thing is that you're doing it differently by giving or injecting some pills to flush that child away. To not at any point in time consider abortion.
One of the major reasons why the church frowns against premarital sex.
Yeah.
At no point should you consider premarital sex when you're dating. Sex is meant for marriage. It's a union between two people that have been joined together in body and soul. They are one, they become one flesh, one body. So it's something that is God created specially for procreation, for unity between the man and his wife, So premarital sex should be avoided. Or if at any point it results in pregnancy, you shouldn't abort it. People make abortion a very trivial issue. They say that it's just small.
And
some
countries even legalize these things. Like,
yes.
Okay, she's 16, she's pregnant, she can terminate it if she wants it. So,
it shouldn't be. The family should welcome. The church doesn't. After this has happened, the church doesn't against them. As far as they come back and beg for forgiveness, it's just ask for
very important.
Come back to God, and the family will take care of that child. The church welcomes that child as a part of the church. The child is life.
I think it should be done in love, because some people just okay, just an obligation. Let's just do it. Take care of the child. Yeah, come and bath. Come and go to school and all that. Just do it because of that child, because you've accepted the child as your own, your family, as your person. Like, just take the child as yourself. So it's like loving your neighbor as yourself, like I said before. So
exactly. So now that we've spoken about, let's go back to the major issue of the day. When should you start dating?
Simple. When you're emotionally ready, when you're spiritually ready, because dating entails you catering to these needs of yours, those needs of your partner. You understand this? Because if you are dating someone and then you are fragile emotionally, you cannot carry the burdens of that person as well on the emotional level, and spiritually, because you really need God. You really need God. So you know if you're dating the right person, and you could know if it's going to lead into something. You understand? So if you're emotionally and you're spiritually ready, then you can make the step.
But people actually pressurize other people to date, especially in secondary schools now. You see them telling you, look at dating now. This kind of thing. You just say, I want to feel among. I had a girl saying when she was in the hostel, and she would always hear her roommates always talking, oh, my boyfriend took me out. He bought me this, he gave me this. And then she would always be quiet. So because she wanted to talk, because she wanted to feel among as well, she decided to date this guy that's been asking her out. And so I think that's like a major pressure most youths today, that what we face actually, because you see that, okay, the guys asking you out, and then you're still being like, you don't want to, but you want to, you don't want to, and all that. You just see someone tell you, go and date him. he's fine, he's tall, he has a car, go now. And so all those pressure are the things that push. And I think those things are not really, so like he said, if you're mature enough to handle that, you actually know, okay, I'm not ready to do this. But if you're immature, like, okay, because Shehu said I should date him, let me just date him. And because this one said I should date, let me just go and all that. So I think that's what happens.
Don't be pressured into dating. Only when you are ready, emotionally and spiritually. So, finally, Catholic dating dissociates itself from anything sinful. It has not to do with anything sinful. It is a joyful practice in Christian love. Thank you for watching our on dating today. This is Catholic Faith Forum. I'm May, and I had an amazing time today.
Yeah,
Chima?
I did have an amazing time speaking with these beautiful ladies. And yeah, my name remains Chima.
It was awesome being here. I know so.
Okay. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Yeah.
Same time, same venue.
Make sure you're here.